Hi everyone, welcome to the Path of the Awenydd. I'm your big bad wolf of astrology, Blythe My Droog, for your weekly forecast for the 26th of October to the 1st of November. This week we're going to discuss the trining of Venus to Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, which is counterbalancing the effects of Mars squaring those planets. And we also have Mercury squaring those planets as well. We'll also talk about how Mercury retrograde is going backwards into Libra, while Venus is also moving forward into Libra. So we'll have a look at those right after this. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for the 26th of October to the 1st of November. We start out the week with Venus here up in your 10th house of career and long-term goals and your relationship with elders or superiors. Also, we've got that Venus being a very charming influence on us, very charming to people in our immediate career environment. We have a love of what we're doing at the moment, so that's good. This is trining up to Saturn and Pluto in your personal resources, personal finances, which could signify that this love we have to do with our career is finally paying off monetary wise. Uh, we have responsibility for others in this aspect. Venus being trying to Saturn, we feel a responsibility to loved ones, maybe being able to afford nicer things for them, or being able to support them in financially better in this current climate. Um, there's possible just need to take time in this aspect, making sure that you've got your bases covered with this. We've also got Venus trining up to Pluto here, which means that there's a really deep connection with this work and with this finances that are coming through. So this is a really good sign for you. It's a really good thing to have. This has been happening from last week, so we're seeing at the very end of this trine, and this will go by the end of the week. We also have the sextile from Neptune in our home house, the house of the home, immediate family. Again, this tends to point to that we are able to afford nicer things for our family, being able to value and be more expansive and more generous in our household, uh, which you are really feeling at the moment. You're feeling very um, you've come to this time in your life where you think you've got everything sorted. Jupiter is making you very generous with your money in regards to other people, especially with your family. Pluto has you investing in more. Pluto being the god of um, wealth in Greek and Roman mythology. Obviously, he was Hades. He was the ruler of the underworld, but the underworld was underneath us, and where does all the gold and stuff like that come from? It comes from the ground. So Pluto is very much the wealth planet, and so we have a very generous time for there. But we've got that Saturn thing restricting our output as well. Make sure that we are not spending too much. We do have a square up to Mars in our fifth house of self-expression and creativity. So we could be finding that, or what we enjoy doing. So this is how we spend our free time, and what we enjoy doing, hobbies, recreation, things like that. So there could be an overspending in this area. So you need to watch that, making sure that you are still living within your means while being able to enjoy what you enjoy doing. We have the Sun in your 12th house. The 12th house being your inner self, your hidden self, um, your subconscious, how we think inwardly. Also has to do with how we feel we are service to our community in large. at large. So you could be thinking about how you are able to help others in this climate. We've also got Mercury retrograde in here as well, conjunct with the Sun. So there is you're thinking on different perspectives, different aspects of previous ways that you've been able to do something in this area, and what you can make better in this area. Retrogrades are always about how we can make things better by learning a different perspective in this time. So there could be a new twist on a past volunteering, because we've got this in opposition to Uranus down here in your 6th house, which is about being of service to others and volunteering in a more personal aspect. And we've also got he tends to be a very unpredictable planet in a non-traditional way. So there could be a sense that you need to find an unconventional way of being able to volunteer your services, especially with this COVID thing happening. Maybe you're feeling that you want to be able to help out at hospitals or some kind of healthcare facility. The 12th house being the house of places where you are restricted, such as prisons, hospitals, things like that. So there could be, you're trying to find an unconventional way of being able to be of help to everybody. And this is coming through with this opposition. You don't know whether to do it individually or whether you need to like expand your reach on that. So it's just a bit of a give and take on this. It's all about balance, being able to make sure that we've got the time to spare to be able to be of service, to be able to volunteer, and making sure that we are doing it for selfless reasons as well, instead of being for our own gratification. And so that's the start of the week, and as we move into Tuesday, we can see that we've got Mercury squaring up to Saturn here. Saturn, this is a aspect of a miscommunication, of quarreling. There's this inner struggle. I can see maybe a subconscious issue with others that you have to deal with your personal finances, or there's some kind of time restriction there that you're having problems with, and you're trying to figure it out. And maybe a rethink of how we are spending our money. Saturn's also about karma, so this could be a karmic issue as well. Sort of like karma being cause and effect. So yeah, just be careful of that. And then on Wednesday we have Mercury going back into Libra in your 11th house of friendships and society in general, your dreams and goals, and mostly just, I prefer to think about it as a social house. It's all about friendships and interacting with society and people that you first meet. Obviously, there's a Mercury retrograde is asking us to rethink how we interact with other people at this time. There's still this conflict between your personal values and finances, so there could be some issue on how much you're willing to put into any kind of social gatherings or anything like that. Still have Venus there, being charming and being able to help us out with this aspect. As we move into Thursday, we do find that Mercury is again having another square up to Pluto, where there could be some kind of mistrust in how your personal finances are being dealt with in some sort of way, or you're not trusting yourself to be able to forward this society. We also have Venus here, which I forgot to say, moved into Libra on Wednesday as well. Venus rules Libra, so she's more amplified in this situation. And here this is a love of being around people here. So this, I could definitely see that there's some issue with being able, uh, with you thinking about how you can afford to keep this social lifestyle, or get into this social group, or being more sociable without having to um, pay too much in your personal resources. So it's something to think about on that one. There's this, like I said, Mercury squaring Pluto. There's a bit of mistrust. There's also to deal with you're filling in the blanks. So maybe something financially to do with being out in club, going out into social activities, and you're just not trusting yourself, or there's some kind of situation where you're not getting at the full details and you're feeling that maybe something's a bit off. And as we go further along into on Saturday, on Halloween, we have another aspect coming through, which is Mercury squaring up to Jupiter. Again, it's that being social and your personal finances, your personal resources, your not, what is it? You are missing the details. You're not knowing what's exactly going on. You're feeling a bit out of your depth. Maybe something's just not quite right in that social situation. Maybe you should have maybe a rethink about how you can be a social person without having to having this issue. It's also about not having all the data, not all the information. So just make sure that you've got all the information before you commit to any kind of social activity or social gathering, especially where you have to put up some of your personal finances for it. We also have this opposition between the Sun and Uranus coming into an exact, which means it's firmly felt on Saturday. Again, this is about us being able to volunteer our time, being of service to others and to community at large, and finding how to be able to express ourselves in that. We also have a blue moon, which is a second full moon in 1 month, happening on Halloween, which makes it a very powerful moon because we have that spiritual energy at Halloween that's coming through. So we're having to deal with that emotional link up to being of service to others. And I will be putting up another video regarding the blue moon later on, which I will then link into this video, so that if you wish, you can have a look at that. And that is your week, Sagittarius. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up. Please subscribe. Leave any comments about how I've done on this video, whether you like it or don't like it, what I could have done better. Helpful criticism, please. Thank you. And I do enjoy doing this, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.